Yeah, all right,
Sweet. No, I don't know if we were talking on the podcast or just being dudes.
That's the beautiful thing about podcasts.
It really is, yeah.
It's kind of just hanging.
Yeah. But yeah, I smoked weed since I was like 17, and it was illegal. And you all these like formative years spending my life being afraid that a cop was going to come and arrest me. And I've been arrested for smoking weed like 10 times in New York City.
Wow.
Because I'm an idiot, and I just,
Right.
And it's just a game of numbers. We would roll a blunt in the park, you smoke it, and every time for some reason, the cop would always take me. All my friends, they'd go, you know what, we got to take one of you. And it was always, and I'm the only brown kid in the group, so every single time they were like, we're going to take you, and then they take you to central bookings for a day. And
They would literally say I have to take one of you?
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And none of your friends say, hey, you got Lewis the last 3 times. So I'm
Not
gonna get in
once. Dave Smith, I've been arrested. I was arrested 3 separate times, and Dave Smith watched me get put into the back of a car, and he was like, bye.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I remember I went to Amsterdam when I was 22, and it was the first time I ever smoked legal weed, and I was like, this is great. This is the way it should be. It was nuts. I was just like smoking in the street. I was talking to a cop. I was on mushrooms. I was like, this is so peaceful and nice. And then I came back, and I remember I was in a stairwell smoking a blunt like the day I got back, and I was like, this is fucking a wild thing. And then here we are years later in New York City. It's legal. There's literally you could buy weed in just delis on every corner in New York City now. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember the switch in California because for a while I was medical. So I used to have to go to a doctor, and the doctor would go, oh, you need weed. And then he writes some shit down on a piece of paper, and then you could buy weed.
Yeah.
And I used to go to this place called the Inglewood Wellness Center, which was in Inglewood, and it's, a shady area. And back then, I don't know if it was credit cards yet. I think they might have been able to use credit cards, but I know they also had a lot of cash on them, and they got robbed, and the guy that I used to buy weed from got shot.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, all right. Done with that spot. I'm gonna have to find a new spot, but there wasn't that many spots. You would have to like find these places, and they looked like shut down stores. Like most of the places that were dispensaries, they were like super low key. Like you had to know people, and you would go in there, and there'd be some fucking doctor. Like one time we went to this doctor, and he had dreadlocks. And this dude's had like long dreads, and he had a volcano bag, in the volcano vaporizer bags. But it was like an extra long bag. And we walk into the dispensary, and he's like, man, you need medicine. He just immediately goes, you need some medicine. I go, yes, sir, I do. Thank you.
I'm very sick.
I'm very sick. And he took us to the grow room. I don't know if you've ever been in a grow room when you're high.
No.
But they seem to be intelligent. There's an odd feeling that you get when you're high on marijuana and you walk into a grow room filled with like hundreds of plants. It was a big ass room with lights, hydroponic lights or whatever hanging from the sky. And it just has a weird feel to it.
Yeah.
It has a weird feel, like not a regular room. It doesn't feel like you're walking into a room. It feels like you're walking into a room with beings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they feel alive in a weird way.
Yeah.
And I know I was super high.
That's
the guy had a
good weed that you have. I mean,
vaporized product, but it felt real because it didn't feel like that when I was in the other room.
Right.
When I was in the other room where they had just like couches and shit, seemed normal. And then he takes us back, and we go into this back room, and I'm like, whoa, like these things are conscious.
Well, they say that. Don't they say plants are conscious to a certain degree? If you like sing to them and talk to them, or if you yell at them, they don't grow. Or I don't know. They do like experiments with shit where like people are like nice to plants. I've seen it on like TikTok and like Reels.
I've never looked into that.
Yeah, it has to be bullshit. There's no way if you're just nice to a plant, it grows better.
Well, what an unethical experiment, because then you'd have to be really mean to another plant.
It's really racist to the plant.
Fucking ficus, piece of shit. I fucking hate ficuses. I kill them every time I find them.
Not in my yard.
And he's just stuck in the dirt in your house. Oh. If plants really are conscious and they're stuck in the dirt in people's houses and the people are doing math and shooting each other, these plants would be like, I got to get the fuck out of here. How am I stuck in this house?
It's like that, what's that Metallica video, One, where the guy's like just stuck in the bed and but he's conscious and he could hear everything. It's from a famous movie, I think.
I don't remember that.
He's like, dude, you definitely remember this. It's such a famous video. It's the Metallica One video. It was Johnny Get Your Gun or something is the movie. And it was a guy, I guess he was hurt in war, and he was conscious and he could hear everything, but he couldn't communicate.
Oh, wow.
you know, it's this is the life of a houseplant right here.
Dude, Metallica had some bangers.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like they know that they communicate with each other. That's what's really fascinating. They communicate with each other through the mycelium in the ground. So it does say they grow better. Look, it says for most plants, playing classical or jazz music cause growth to increase, while harsher metal music induce stress.
Wow.
This may be because the vibrations of metal music are too intense for plants and stimulate cells a little too much. We think of this as massaging your plant with a song. They prefer a gentler touch. But how do we know?
I want to know the boring bitch who wrote this article.
A gentler touch. How do we not know that it's not that at all? How do we not? I mean, that's an assumption that's like minimalizing their ability to recognize what's going on. Because, right, like, put that up again, like how it's explained. Because the way it's explained, it's like, it's here it says, this may because the vibrations of metal music are too intense for plants and stimulate cells a little too much. Like, how do you know? How do you know the plant just doesn't think that music sucks? Could you imagine? It's like, you know, when they were torturing Noriega,
Yeah.
they would fucking just blare horrible music at him forever. Remember that?
Yeah, they did that with it was the what was the big group that was like there was like a standoff, and then they did it with Billy Ray Cyrus's song "Achy Breaky Heart." There was some some dude who had like a bunch of people captive, and they played "Achy Breaky Heart" to fuck with him. Yeah,
I do have to say though, that at least shows a sense of humor by the police.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty funny.
that's fucking hilarious.
That's funny. You play bad music and till this dude fucking moves out of the house with the hostages. But I know they did it with. I'm 99% sure they did it with Noriega. I forget what the songs were though. See what they did with Manuel Noriega, because I'm pretty sure they surrounded his house in Panama and just played horrible music.
Yeah. Let's see. I Fought the Law.
Oh, that's pretty good. The Clash? Shit. Panama by the Stadium?
I guess any song over and over and over again would drive you out of your mind.
They played Panama by Van Halen, U2's All I Want Is You, Bruce Cockburn, If I Had a Rocket Launcher, and they just kept playing it over and over again?
Yeah, the Howard Stern show.
Oh, and the Howard Stern show. So at least they gave him some entertainment while he's contemplating death.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Noriega.
Yeah. Did they kill him, or did he go to jail? That might be even more wild than when they killed them.
Yeah, he's dead.
They take these
2017,
dictators and they just stick them in a cell. Bye-bye.